everybody, it's Victoria, and once again, I hope the lighting's okay. I know that in the last video, I looked really washed out, and hopefully in this video, it's a little bit better. Still, bear with me, and I'm going to try to get it as good as possible, but hopefully this is a little bit better than the first video. So what I'm going to be talking about today is a bunch of tips for people with oily skin, and some girl just commented on my Facebook and I was trying to read it on my phone. Okay. Tips for girls with oily skin, and these are really good tips for anybody, but especially girls with oily skin. But first, I want to say that I am going to be doing a couple videos probably next week, so stay tuned for that. Sorry, I'm still trying to get everything situated, but stay tuned for videos that I'm going to be doing. Videos that I'm going to be doing are, I about fell over when someone requested this video, but they are wanting me to do a video on my eyebrows. And the reason I find that so funny is because I have always hated my eyebrows my entire life. And so, yeah, I'm going to be doing a video on my eyebrows. I'm going to be doing a video on my hair. I had a request on my hair. I'll do one straight. These probably all won't be next week, but I'll do one of how I do my hair straight, how I do my hair when I curl it, and I'll do, like, if you request one, I'll do one all about how I blow dry my hair. I may have to wait a little bit longer to do the blow drying one because you have to be on YouTube for so long before you get a time allowance to do a video, and that might be a longer video. And I'm going to be doing the golden goddess eye look that I wore in my first video, and it's just a really pretty gold bronze eyeshadow look. And then if you want to see the eye look that I'm wearing today, it's just like a smoky teal look. It's really, really pretty. If you want to see that, then put a request down below. It's kind of dramatic, but I like it. And I will put in the down bar below all of the information about what I'm wearing, makeup-wise, and all that. So, let's get started on the video. So, first thing that you need to know is diet is so important when it comes to oily skin. You want to drink lots of water. I know it can be difficult to drink a lot of water, but drinking lots of water, trying to eat foods that are baked, not fried, just trying to limit your sugar and your grease intake will help not only to clear up your skin if you have acne, but it will also help to decrease the amount of oil that your skin produces. Because think about it. What happens whenever you get a pimple? Your pore is getting clogged from oil. Well, a lot of time when people change their diets, they realize that their face clears up. It's because their skin's not secreting as much oil. So, and yeah, you have less oil and less bad things to get rid of. And so your body doesn't have to get rid of it, and it doesn't come out your pores. Okay. Anyway, so water, diet, of course exercise is, you know, just a good thing to incorporate also. And if you are exercising, you definitely want to make sure that you wash your face when you get done, because you are releasing a lot of those toxins. But every night before I go to bed, I always wash my face. I get my makeup off of my face every single night. If I don't, I will wake up with a big fat pimple, because if not a family of them, because I have extremely oily skin. I always have, probably always will, and I do have to take precautions for it. So what do I use? Well, I use, it varies because my skin has cleared up a lot. I don't have a real ritual. I have to use a certain product. But I do like this. It's the CVS version of the Clean and Clear Acne Control Cleanser. I use this. It's a cream. I use this at night because it's kind of hydrating. It doesn't dry my skin out. I typically skip the moisturizing step, but probably like 2 times a week I will moisturize at night. I don't like to moisturize every night. But I use this, and I get all my makeup off that I can, and I usually use like a baby wipe that's unscented, or like a paper towel to and I wet it and get my makeup off because for some reason washcloths, because of the detergents and stuff, break me out. So that's what I do. And once I get all of, you know, the makeup off, then I'll put the stuff on my face again, and I'll go in with my Clarisonic and go around. And it doesn't have to be a Clarisonic. I really like the, I think it's Olay has one. There you can get them, you know, they're still like $30, I think, but any kind of little scrubby brush, these things just really help to get in there and get the gunk out of your face. And you will be surprised when you think your face is clean, you go in with one of those things, it isn't clean. And so, so that's what I do at night, and sometimes I'll go in with a moisturizer afterwards. Now, like twice a week, I'll go in with a scrub. This is the CVS Blackhead Clearing Scrub. I'll go in with this and, or the St. Ives, and I will, you know, get all the gunk off my face. And usually what I'll do is I'll use this first and get all my makeup off and then go in with this. And usually if I exfoliate, I'll use a moisturizer because it tends to dry my skin out a little bit. So when I wake up in the morning, what do? Well, I had a lot of people ask me, well, why is my face getting oily throughout the day? I don't have oily skin. I said, did you wash your face in the morning before you put on your makeup? They said, well, I washed it at night. Well, your skin at night is when it purges everything, all your toxins and everything. At night, it repairs and all that stuff. So you're gonna need to wash your face in the morning. So what I like to use is the Neutrogena Deep Clean Facial Cleanser. It's like a gel and it has salicylic acid in it. And it really does a good job of getting all the dirt and everything off of your face. Now, make sure before you apply your makeup, you have clean hands. You know, a lot of times people get out of the shower, they'll put lotion on, and then they'll go to do their hair or their face, and you have greasy stuff on your hands. So make sure you go in with something, get your hands nice and clean. And then, oh, I forgot one of the things that I use. Oh, well, it's not that important. So then what I do is I use this. This is really important. This is the Estee Lauder Sparkling Clean Mattifying Oil Control Lotion. Okay, it's just like a toner, and you shake it up and you put it on a cotton ball and go all around your face, and it really mattifies your skin and keeps you from getting oily. I mean, this stuff is awesome. I haven't found a cheaper alternative, and this stuff is fairly pricey, but if you have oily skin and this is something that really bugs you, I would say you might want to invest in this. I've had it for 2.5 months, and I use it every day, and that's how much I've used, and there's still that much left. So you could probably get away with using this for 5 months to 6 months. So I mean, twice a year, so that's not that bad. So I use that. I go all around that with my face, let it dry, and then I'll go in with a primer, and that's what I forgot to bring in here. But it's just, it's also by Estee Lauder. It's a mattifying primer, and I think that you could definitely find a drugstore alternative for that. I'm still looking for a good drugstore mattifying primer, so if you know of any that are really good, then please let me know, and I will check that out and let you guys know what I think about that. But right now I'm using the Estee Lauder, and I really like that. So then you want to go in with your foundation. You want to make sure that your foundation is for oily skin, and it's like oil free. Like the Revlon Colorstay, the one I use is for oily skin. They also have one for dry and normal skin. So I use the oily skin one. So you want to make sure that your foundation is good for oily skin. If you don't know, then you can usually read reviews on Makeup Alley. It says if it's good for oily skin or for dry skin. So that is something you want to make sure. Then you want to always, this is like #1 rule if you have oily skin. You have to set your foundation with a powder. And I have been getting a lot oilier here lately, and I'm sure that everybody that knows me is like, oh my God, your skin's been so oily lately. Why are you making this video? Well, it's been because I don't have the right powder that I usually use, and so I'm just trying to use up these powders, and they're not working for me. But use a powder. You can use a pressed powder or a loose powder. Now, I love this powder. This is the Laura Mercier, but this is just when you get done with all your makeup to set it. It's not actually for like oil control. So I like this powder still to like just a little bit at the end of my makeup, but I still need a good powder to set my foundation. And this one is not good to do that. It's the Revlon Photo Ready, but it's just not really do anything to control my oil. So it's good for, it's kind of got pretty good coverage though. So, I mean, it's good for that, but sorry, that's gross. I just got something on my powder on my pants. But I completely lost my train of thought. It's just not good for oily skin. So I'm going to try the Rimmel Stay Matte again. I used it a while back and see how I like that. I've also used the Covergirl loose powder. It looks almost just like this, but it's by Covergirl. And I liked it, but I have the wrong shade. It's too dark for me right now, so I'm going to have to try and see a new one. Okay. Oh, and the last thing that I do when I'm done with my makeup is I go in with this Makeup All Nighter spray by Urban Decay. Now this baby is 4 ounces, so it's pretty big, and it's like $18 or $22 or something. You can get it at Sephora, but this is another thing that has lasted for me a really long time. And by the time you get to like here, fill it with a little bit of water and shake it up, and it'll make it last longer, and it doesn't really do anything to the effects of it. But this is, it's long-lasting makeup setting spray, oil-free, and it says it's supposed to make your makeup last for like 16 hours. So, I don't know about all that, but it does a good job. And I can really tell when I wear it, it makes my makeup stay on a long time. And if you start getting oily throughout the day, and if you have oily skin, you probably will, no matter what kind of products you use, you're probably still going to have to touch up sometime throughout the day. It just might not be as soon. So, you need to get those oil blotting sheets. I don't have those with me today, but you can get them at any drugstore, Walmart, and they're just with, I think they're with the face wash, but you can just get the oil blotting sheets. So whenever you get oily, dab the oil off of your face and then reapply some powder, and go in with a light hand with the powder. You don't want to look too cakey, but make sure that you get rid of the oil before you apply the powder, or else you're going to have to redo your powder in like an hour. So powder in an hour. It rhymed. So that's what you're going to do, and that's all the tips I have off the top of my head for oily skin. But I hope this video is helpful to those people with oily skin. I know how big of a pain in the rear it can be to have oily skin, but you're still beautiful. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and subscribe and like and do all that stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.